I was listening to NHL Draft Class. That is a podcast made by the NHL Network, and they cover the NHL Draft, the top players, they talk about them super in-depth, and it's a great listen. One of the most recent episodes had Jack Hughes on as an interview guest, and it was a very nice interview. Awesome listening to Jack Hughes and the Hughes family, and knowing what's going through his head through this whole process of the combine and the draft and all that. But the hosts on the show then asked Jack Hughes, what about Luke? Because they asked him about Quinn, they said, yeah, he did this process before, you're doing this process up now, coming in June, but what's up with Luke Hughes? So in this video, I wanted to talk about it. Let's talk about Luke Hughes, somebody who Jack Hughes said was better than Quinn Hughes when Quinn was his age. That was Jack Hughes and what he said in response to asking about Luke Hughes, and the hosts, they kind of chuckled around. They said, hey, you're already throwing shots, but you're not going to say that he was better than you, you're going to say he was better than Quinn. So, just based off of Jack Hughes and what he said on this podcast, Luke Hughes, right now, as a 5'11", 15-year-old left-handed defenseman, is better than Quinn Hughes when Quinn Hughes was 15. Now, there must have been something in that sentence that kind of irked you out, and yeah, it's 100% true. Luke Hughes is already 5'11", at 15 years old. He's the tallest of the Hughes brothers. Quinn Hughes is at 5'10", Jack is at 5'10", and I've seen some outlets saying that Luke Hughes is really close to being 6 feet, which is already kind of crazy considering that he's apparently better than Quinn. Let's go over to my buddy TPE Hockey on Twitter. He's got some very good future prospect analysis tweets and GIFs, so check that out. Follow him on Twitter if you want prospect coverage. He posted a highlight a few months ago of Luke Hughes absolutely hammering the puck to score a goal. He says here, the youngest of the Hughes brothers is bigger than both his brothers already, and arguably a better skater than both. Then one of the replies goes down over here, there's no way he's a better skater than Quinn, but let's see what he replies here. TPE Hockey says, it's not consensus, but it's a widely held belief, even inside the Hughes family, that Luke is the best skater, or at least has the best skating potential. I don't think his edges are as refined, but that will come with time. He probably will have a higher top speed than Quinn. Their performance coach also says, with all three being high-end skaters, Luke might end up being the best skater of them all. And that is understandable to me. Because growing up, throughout their hockey lives, the Hughes brothers were always super competitive with each other, they always practiced with each other, and because Quinn and Jack were older, Luke was in a position where he had to force himself to be better than the other two when they were younger in order to keep up with his big brothers. Luke is a player who's equal to the Hughes bros. Whenever they're outside just screwing around, doing some puck skills, Luke Hughes has to keep up with his older brothers, and thus his production, his rate of growth, is arguable to be much stronger than Jack and Quinn when they were at his same age. And I haven't even talked about production once in this entire video, so let's do that right now. Luke Hughes played for the Little Caesars U15 team in midget hockey. He had 83 points in 71 games, including 22 goals. He's going to be going over to the US NTDP's U17 team next year, and I'm expecting a really good performance from him. His midget stats already indicate a super strong, highly offensive defenseman, and his skating, just watching some of his video footage, he's got some really good straight line speed, and his agility is off the charts. I mean, it's not surprising, right? He's a Hughes brother. TPE Hockey also posted a video of Luke Hughes headmanning the puck all by himself. It's a really good video. I'm not going to use it here because of copyright and everything, but check out this response to that video from TPE. From goal line to blue line, he was going about 19 to 22 miles per hour while cutting back and forth. McDavid's famous straight line speed goal against Calgary, he was clocked in at 25 miles per hour. Keep in mind, Luke Hughes is 15, while McDavid was 20 when he scored that goal. So Luke Hughes is fast. He's really, really fast. He's already taller than Jack and Quinn. And Quinn, although he is more agile, he's more flexible, he opens his hips up a little bit more, Luke Hughes still has so much room to grow, especially going to the US NTDP and going over to the University of Michigan in his Draft Plus 1 year. 2021-2022, Luke Hughes will be at the University of Michigan following the footsteps of his older brother. And it's crazy to think about it, but Luke Hughes isn't even the best defenseman in his draft. I'm 100% certain of that. And it's kind of crazy to sit here and say that Luke Hughes has very much a good shot at being better than Quinn when they're drafted, but Luke is not the best D-man in his class. We'll talk about that player a little bit later, but Luke Hughes for now looks to be the fastest out of the Hughes, the tallest out of the Hughes, and arguably at the same offensive ceiling as Jack Hughes, except as a defender. Luke Hughes, is he better than Quinn? I think he certainly can be. Is he better than Jack? Well, I think he certainly can be too. Just the way everything is going out, Luke Hughes looks like he could be the best Hughes brother out of the three. Hope you enjoyed this video. Social Gaming, and bye.